Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. LeBron James is something else, man. This dude and his fans, I have never seen a more desperate fan base than these guys. And the news that I'm hearing now is that LeBron could now potentially go join Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, and himself to go play with the Golden State Warriors. So I want to put up a bunch of these posts here because we got a lot of them, right? So the first one here is from Hoop Central. It says, report, the Warriors want both LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Warriors are attempting to trade for the Wizards' big man Anthony Davis and then sign free agent forward LeBron James, according to multiple sources. We have another one. This one is from NBA Central. It says this: the Warriors are looking to trade Jimmy Butler's contract for Anthony Davis, then sign LeBron James, per Kevin O'Connor. That would leave the Warriors with a big four of Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Draymond Green, and Anthony Davis. That could also make Jimmy Butler a potential buyout candidate. This could be a wild off season. Then we have another one. This is from, who is this account from? It's from Yahoo Sports. It says the Warriors are attempting to trade the Wizards with the Wizards. Anthony attempting to, it says sources say Golden State hope adding AD would help lure LeBron from the Lakers once free agency opens on January the 3rd, on June the 30th. And then we have this article here from Yahoo Sports that I want to read. It says Warriors pursuing LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. Here's the latest trade chatter. It says free agent begins this week and the rumor mill is already ridiculous. Here are 5 things I'm hearing about the NBA. The Warriors want LeBron and AD. It says there's a moment in every aging franchise when the studio starts adding famous old faces to the poster and nostalgia start doing all of the work. That is apparently the offseason plan for the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are attempting to trade Anthony for Wizards big Anthony Davis and then sign LeBron James in a free agent, according to multiple league sources. A trade for Davis would have to include, get this, Jimmy Butler, who's on an expiring $57 million contract while recovering from a torn ACL. The Warriors would also have to include draft capital. They have 2 future firsts and 4 first round swaps to work with in any deal. Sources say the Warriors hope adding Davis would help lure LeBron James from the Lakers to the Bay Area once free agency officially opens Tuesday. The pitch would be simple: reunite AD, team up with Stephen Curry and Draymond, play for Steve Kerr, and chase one more championship with the roster of legends. Green afforded the Warriors some flexibility to pursue James and Davis by officially opting out of his $27 million player option on Monday. Green could potentially resign with the Warriors on a longer-term contract with lesser annual value to create more room for James and Davis. ESPN Shams reported last week that the Lakers have not made an offer to LeBron yet. So if LeBron wants to keep playing, he may need to do it on a new team for the mid-level exception worth a little over $15 million. But Clutch Sports CEO said 10 to 12 teams, 10 to 12 teams, my ass, have checked in about adding LeBron this summer. So sign and trade options could also emerge, meaning the Lakers sign him at a bigger number and then they trade him away. He said the Warriors would certainly have appeal. LeBron won a goal with Curry, Davis, and Kerr in 2024 with Team USA, and the basketball fit was obvious. LeBron said his pairing with Curry felt effortless because they play basketball the right way, quote unquote. So the Warriors are trying to form the NBA's Expendables, with the cast of legends joining forces for one last mission to win one last ring. But there's real doubt they can pull it off. So, what are my thoughts about this? LeBron James. You already know LeBron fans are salivating, chomping at the bits, hoping and wishing and praying and singing and hollering and screaming that something like this could happen. Because the fact of the matter is, the LeBron fan base has gone sour on they don't like the Lakers. And the reason that they don't like the Lakers is simple. They feel like the Los Angeles Lakers have disrespected LeBron James. They feel like they haven't paid enough reverence towards him. They feel like, the fan base doesn't appreciate what he did for the team since joining the team. And a lot of people are upset about this. A lot of people, even just this morning, I was listening to a video this morning from Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp complaining about this very thing, where he was essentially saying that the Lakers don't appreciate LeBron James and he wants LeBron to leave the team. I'm telling you the truth. He wants LeBron to move on and go play with another team because he feels like LA doesn't appreciate him, and that's what he wants them to do. As a matter of fact, what we want to do now is we actually want to play the video for you guys of Shannon Sharp saying that he wants LeBron James to leave the Lakers franchise. Take a listen to Shannon here.
Unite AD, team him up with Steph and Draymond, and play for Kerr and chase one more championship with a roster of legends.
No.
Joe,
no.
Do you like this?
Hey, look. Don't threaten me with no good time now. I like a good time. Hey, let me tell you something. Man, if you can get AD and Bron over there, I'm sorry, Jimmy. We're gonna have to holler at you, bro. Hey, I know they'll be a little older, but I would love to see that. I would love to see that. In the Western Conference, Bron, Steph, AD, Draymond, man, them folk be over there clowning.
Man, it's cute, but no.
Can you imagine the space? Can you imagine the space that Steph would have to work with?
Yes.
With AD down low, with LeBron running the point. Because you saw how Bron was finding him. Bron has never played with a shooter. He's played with some guys that can shoot the ball, but nothing like this. Nobody, every time somebody plays with Steph, I've never played with, we know. We know.
Hey,
yeah.
Bron and Draymond would probably have the ball handling duties. Okay, Ocho. But man, that'll be something to see because these are all guys who've already won. They've already proven anything you can think of. And for all them to come together, man, in the Western Conference, it's the West thick, boy. If that's to happen, I ain't gonna lie, Uncle. I want to see that.
Yeah,
I want to see it. What you gonna do, man? You gonna have to be a Warriors fan now.
God dang.
Hey, listen, it look good.
I guess hey, me and 40 want to have to be sitting next to each other. Joe, tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Jesus Christ had dressed, so shake him. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some.
Hey,
I'm a Hebrews.
It sound good. It look good on paper though. No.
What you mean,
Nah, I mean it look good. It sound good. Listen, obviously you know who LeBron is. You know what he does. Every team he goes to, he makes him exceptionally better, even at his age. Pairing up with Steph is cool. AD, yeah, he probably gonna give you 15 games, so you really can't count on him. I'm not being disrespectful, man. I'm
Dennis down ass.
Yeah, right.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest.
Womp. Oh, man.
I'm just being honest, man.
Man, Chad, y'all see how Joe and I were excited, and here this man go. His time to talk, and he just ruined the whole mood.
I'm not trying to. I'm just being realistic. That's something y'all are not being. You know.
Man, you know what?
Yeah, we got a bunch of old guys teaming up, and now y'all think they got a chance out the West. Like, come on.
Okay, man. All right, Debbie Downer. Look, you know what? I take it back. I want AD to stay in Washington with Trey and Devonta. Damn it. Hey, I want to see that. I can't deal with him. I can't. Not tonight.
Hey.
See, I told you, Joe. Man, you're gonna spoil every move.
No. Listen. See, this is what happened, y'all. This is what happened during the NBA season, right? Y'all thinking and talking with your heart, and I'm using logic and common sense, which is why I told y'all how the NBA Finals was gonna go. That's why I got everything correct.
Oh my God!
I'm not thinking with my heart. I'm using this up here.
Hey,
AD, LeBron, and Dre is cool, but
appreciate you.
So you saw what Shannon had to say. That's how they feel. I watch LeBron fans doing shows every single night. And they are fed up of and not only do they want him to leave, they want LeBron to leave, and they hope that the Lakers fail in the meantime. There's really bad blood. They don't like the fact that he's on the team. They don't like it. And they feel like for the simple fact that he's even going into free agency is a sign of disrespect. But who gives a damn? They'll get over it. I know you guys are seeing the title and y'all are cracking y'all asses off. I want to first of all give credit where credit is due, and I want to put up the thumbnail from where I saw this comment. Somebody left this comment on my channel. I forgot the video, but this is the comment. So I want to put it up here. This is from Mission 9127. And I just busted out. Like, people were cracking up at this comment. He said, the Burger King and Whopper Jr. need to go away. People were cracking up in the comments, so I want to give him a big shout out. Appreciate you for dropping that comment, because, son, that comment was absolutely hilarious. Now, why were people saying that? The reason that he left that comment was because we recently did a show where Ramona Shelburne of ESPN was on ESPN LA radio, right? Where she was essentially saying, what's going to happen with what's going to happen to Bronny James after LeBron James leaves the roster. And I'm just like, you guys cannot even be serious. For those of you who didn't see that clip, because that's really where this comment came from, take a look at it now with these people losing their minds, trying to figure out how Bronny James is going to survive in the NBA without his dad, LeBron. Take a listen to this clip there.
It's always LeBron and Bronny. If I'm Bronny, I'm like, can you please leave me out of this? Like, I would like the opportunity to be my own person. It's his third year in the league. He doesn't need dad anymore. It's his third year. He's
okay.
21?
Let's just say this, Andy. How long do you think he stays on the roster if LeBron's not on the roster?
I have no idea.
I mean, he played some minutes in the playoffs last year, so that doesn't happen unless you've earned your minutes.
Sure.
That's not like, oh, your dad's on the team, we're being nice.
Right.
This is you had to, they don't throw you in a playoff game.
Right.
If you haven't progressed enough.
Agreed.
So, but he's also a smaller guard.
Oh, look.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get that, but it's at some point, if you're Bronny, if you want to turn this into an actual career, you need to prove yourself on your own merits. Yeah. And I think the longer you go attached to LeBron, the more you seem like a novelty act, or like truly you are only there because of LeBron. And like at some point, man, and he said himself, and by the way, these are not digs at Bronny.
Yeah.
My interactions with him, I've been really
impressed. Me too.
I think he's a really grounded, hardworking kid.
Yep.
I think he wants the best things for himself. He's about the right stuff. But like at some point, you don't want to be seen just as a byproduct of your dad and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like if he's going to fall out of the league, it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, but the opportunity was created by his dad.
Of course. There's no question.
So like, I don't think he thinks that deeply about this. I think he's just kind of focused on himself and trying to get better. And I think that's why he's gotten to where he has.
Sure.
But the protection of his father being on the roster is still important. I don't think he's established enough to where he can really go out on his own.
I would agree with that, but the point being, LeBron's only going to be playing so much longer anyway. Like this point is coming sooner.
Yeah.
Sooner than later. But regardless, there's an old world style roster build approach by the Heat.
Get 2 or 3 stars and then worry about the rest of it later. When the big 3 went down to Miami, Brosh and Wade and LeBron, they had like one guy under contract besides those 2. I think it was it Mario Chalmers? Somebody like, there's like one player and they had to fill the rest of the roster out with minimum guys. This is, you could do that in 2008. I don't know that you can do that in 2026. Like the Lakers were not all healthy last year, so we can't necessarily judge that. But those 3 stars, were they enough to win? It's in the number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those players mattered too,
right? And JJ and Rob talked about it during their exit interviews that they've got to get better depth past roster spots 8 through 15. Like those matter. Like it matters to have guys who can actually play. And what the Heat did with the Heatles, it was 3 guys, and they were all in their primes. Like Giannis is on the back end of his prime with more injuries now, and Bam is a really good player, but I don't know if he's a put a team on his back type of player. Like and that's not shade at Bam. He's really, really good. It's just the levels to doing this, they're really high and they're really hard.
Yeah, and I think what's hard is they it's just the rules.
So you have that there. Then the jokes also continued because I posted on our community board on our channel just a day ago where I put up this post. I says, I am sorry, but this is hilarious. Russell Westbrook is somewhere laughing right now. And I want to just read through some of the comments. This post got 1,000 likes, but it had 665 comments. People were cracking up. He said, one guy wrote, when you do dirt, you get dirt. Another guy says, karma. No worries, Westbrook, I got your back. Another guy says, when playing past your prime backfires. Another guy said, dude stayed in the league for way too long. Now he looking crazy in these NBA streets with no one wanting him. Another one says, but honestly, what Bron fans thinking though? He's 40 years old. Another guy thinks, another guy says, Stephen A. Smith thinks 95% of the NBA would sign LeBron. It just keeps going on. Another guy said, LaFlop will be flopping his way out of the lair. Another guy said, LeBron's scared of retiring. If you know, you know. Another guy said, but he wants a farewell tour. Another person, karma has been patiently waiting. He said, another guy said, nobody wants him. It just kept on going on. Another guy said, no deal. Another guy, I love this. And it just kept on going. People were roasting him. Another guy said, I'm laughing and I ain't sorry. It was just hilarious. People are cracking up, man. And you know what, man? It's pretty funny. You know what? Because LeBron fans deserve this. I don't feel no sympathy, no pity, no nothing for these LeBron fans. You know why? Because they talk too much dirt. They talk too much trash. They're the most arrogant fan base in the world. That's number one. Number two, all of these dudes, they were getting their rocks off watching Russell Westbrook go through the fire. They were happy about it. They spent a year and a half trashing Russell Westbrook, trashing him. Russell Westbrook joined the Lakers. He was a max player. By the time he left the Lakers, he was basically accepting a veteran minimum contract. That's what Westbrook got from being teammates with LeBron James. That's the byproduct. I thought LeBron was supposed to make everybody better except Russell Westbrook. So don't feel bad for LeBron fans. Don't feel bad for them at all. At all. They deserve all the disrespect they get. Disrespectfully. They ain't no respectfully. Disrespectfully. They deserve it. Don't be feeling bad for these dudes. These are the same dudes running around smacking each other with honey sticks, hollering and screaming, twerking it up all over the place, making everything a sticky situation. It's a sticky situation with them. This is what they do. They holler and they scream. They start twerking on the tables. You see the table shaking. This is what they do. And now it ain't so fun when the rabbit got the gun, ain't it? Now they on the open man knuckle. They do this to King James and blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying LeBron shouldn't get, because he should get signed. You can't do him dirty like that. Like, even me, I'm like, come on, you got to, you know what I mean? You got to. But he deserves it. They thought Son was pulling the strings in LA. They're like, nah, go sit your ass down somewhere in the corner, bro. You're not the main priority anymore. And I love it. I love watching them sit on the internet and cry like a bunch of losers every single night. How could they do this to LeBron? And then now the new one is they blaming it on racism. You just can't make it up with these guys. What will a LeBron fan not say? They will say anything. Now racism is the reason why LeBron is not on the list. You can't even make it up, bro. Racism. So as you guys know, free agency begins tomorrow. And LeBron James has not been offered an NBA contract yet from the Lakers. And it was just so amazing because going into this free agency period, you heard all kind of stories, man. The LeBron and the Lakers have been deep. They've been having tea together and just kind of like, you know, brainstorming ideas. Rich Paul came out there and said on the Pat McAfee show that there were 10 to 12 teams that were interested in signing LeBron James. And now all of a sudden, we started hearing reports that LeBron and the Lakers haven't spoken. There have been no communication, all kind of stuff, right? And now tomorrow's June the 30th, which means on Wednesday, free agency opens up. Brand new day. And things have changed. Going into this, I think that not only do LeBron fans feel like he had a lot of power, he himself and his camp felt that, but they're getting a rude awakening. That is exactly what's happening. They are finding out just where they stand with the Los Angeles Lakers. And today I came across an excellent segment from Byron Scott's Fast Break. Okay. The episode is called, so you guys can go watch it, Are the Lakers Better Off Without LeBron? LA's Next Era Starts Now. So on this particular episode, Samaki Walker was there. Olden Polynis was there. I think the host, Jay Wagers, I hope I got his name right, Wagers, and Byron Scott. And they were talking about this very issue. And the host, or rather the moderator, began to pose the question from the standpoint of LeBron was in the power position. And Byron Scott quickly had to stop him and say, no. You have this thing confused. If LeBron becomes a Laker, it's going to be the Lakers' decision. And I was like, wow. And he's not backing down from his position, by the way. Take a listen to Byron Scott expressing his views here.
So let's talk about LeBron first, all right? Because he's the biggest news with the Lakers right now. LeBron says he's taking his time with free agency and may wait until August. How difficult does that make that for the Lakers front office? I'll start with Byron.
Very difficult. But you know what? I think I don't think it's all his decision, to be honest with you. I think the Lakers are going to have a lot to do with this, as far as a lot to say if they want to even pursue, bringing LeBron back or not. And I've been very vocal on how I feel about this whole situation. Been getting a lot of hate from all these fans that are LeBron lovers, which is fine because I have my opinion. I respect that just like I respect yours. But I've said it for a long time that I think they should part ways, and I think LeBron should go back to Cleveland, play a year there or two, or whatever the case may be. Don't get it twisted. He can still play. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. He can still play. But when you have an opportunity with the Los Angeles Lakers to build around Luka, AR, bring in some fresh meat, some young, talented guys, you could save $50+ million off the salary cap to bring in some younger guys. Because, again, OKC and San Antonio ain't going nowhere.
No.
They're young, they're aggressive, they're hungry, and they're deep. They ain't going nowhere. So what do you have to do? You got to look at what the blueprint is now. So the Lakers got to look at getting younger, getting deeper, getting more athletic. That's the only way you're going to compete in the Western Conference. If not, if you stay pat where you are right now, we're going to continue to see you make the playoffs but lose in the first round, maybe the second round. And so, again, I've been saying this for a while, and again, no disrespect to LeBron. I think he's one of the greatest that ever played this game. My opinion is that the Lakers should move on. And again, I know everybody thinks it's his decision, but, the organization can say, you know what, we moving on. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start looking at other options to bring in to make us a better organization.
OP?
So you heard what Byron Scott had to say. What is my take on all of this? Let's talk about it from a basketball standpoint. Forget about the jokes. Forget about the fact I'm not a fan of LeBron. Forget about all of the jokes and all of that. The Lakers have Luka Doncic. They have Austin Reeves. I think Ayton is going to come back because he picked up his player option for $8.1 million I saw prior to doing this show. And they have $50+ million in cap space. All right. With that amount of money, you can go out there and really make some things happen in the open market. You can. And the Lakers can now push their window forward by a year because they thought that the Lakers are planning for the summer 2027 to make a run of guys like Nikola Jokic and stuff like that. But now that they have all of this flexibility and Reeves got a good deal from the franchise and a franchise-friendly deal, they can now go out there and acquire some serious pieces with that $50 million of cap space. So the Lakers are looking at it. There's no way in hell that we're going to give someone that's turning 42 years old this year $40 million of that money. It makes no bloody sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Because even if the Lakers were to give LeBron a 2-year deal, for example, it's a bad contract. Do you know why? Because you can't even trade it in the future. But a guy like Reeves, who's on a 5-year deal, a 4 or 5-year deal, if I'm not mistaken, you can move his money in the future. So it's an advantageous signing because you can sign him, and you can still trade him. Well, LeBron, you can't even trade that contract because no one is going to take on a 50 or 40 or whatever it is $1 million contract with someone that's 42, 43 years old. No one is going to take that on. And at this stage of the game, LeBron is being forced to wrestle with his place in space and time. He's 40-something years old. That's the reality. Don't look at why James Harden can get a contract extension or why Kawhi Leonard can get a contract extension. What the Lakers are saying is that, one, we're not willing to make that financial commitment because it makes no sense from a financial standpoint. It will be financial malpractice from a basketball team. We're not willing to make this commitment. Now, if you can go out there and get an offer sheet where another team is willing to offer you max dollars, then we can talk. But I don't think anyone is going to offer max dollars. No one in the NBA is going to offer him. It's certainly not a contender unless you want to go to a bottom of the barrel franchise and just go there and sell tickets and make headlines or whatever. But the Lakers are saying that, look, this thing has ran its course and we're now ready to move on. And I'm being honest with you. I said it early in the year. I thought that the Lakers were not a serious franchise because I'm like, you can't tell me that the master plan of signing Luka Doncic was to pair him with a 40-year-old star. That was the big plan. That's what they sold Luka on. No, come on. And now I'm realizing that I was right. That no, the Lakers are serious. They want to maximize the window that they have in front of them by getting some pieces around Luka. Mind you, they were a good team last year before LeBron returned. They were. And those plus-minus numbers with LeBron on and off the floor, those are real things. So I think Byron Scott is 100% on the money. The Lakers are in a position of power here, and it's not LeBron. Because if he was, he would have had a contract since last year. They wouldn't have allowed him to go into free agency. How often do you see players at that level go into free agency? They don't. On the last year of their deal. They usually get extended, and he didn't. And that was from last year. And maybe he thought if he played as well, way into it, he would get this and it. The Lakers said no. And they're moving on. And I think it's good for them. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, and I mean this. I think that when it's all said and done, Stephen A. Smith is going to be remembered as a grifter. And a guy that talked about he was for the black people, but spent all of his time attacking them on TV. That's what I think. Whether it's Obama, whoever else, or athletes, or Kyrie, that's what I think he's going to be remembered for. As you guys know, Jaylen Brown thought that he was being targeted by the NBA. For the simple fact, the finals MVP did not even make it to the Olympic team. The finals MVP couldn't even get on the Olympic team. You go figure that one out. And he felt like there was a conspiracy out there to come after him. Yesterday, Too Raw did a show I suggest you guys go watch. Jaylen Brown had some spectacular things in play to not only uplift the black community in Boston, but whites as well, because he wanted to try to bring some serious prosperity to certain areas in Boston. The guy is the real deal, right? He's the real deal. But nevertheless, he was being targeted. And then Stephen A. Smith came out and said as much. Yes, people are telling me. So Jaylen Brown said, who are these people? Stephen A. Smith refuses to do it. But you know what has happened now? Stephen A. Smith, who said that he's only the messenger, is now doing the work or the bidding of these people that want Jaylen Brown destroyed. Because no one has attacked Jaylen Brown more in his NBA career than Stephen A. Smith over the last month. And it's to the point where something needed to be said. And finally, thank God, Jaylen Brown's father stepped up to the plate and called out Stephen A. Smith for targeting his son and other black athletes. Take a listen to what he had to say here on Sway in the Morning. I even think LeVar Ball was there as well. Take a listen to this sound here. Take a look at this video here.
My son is very educated enough to know what to say and what not to say, what's off limits. And Big Perk, you wrong for jumping against your teammate. I don't like that. Excuse the N-word, but that it is. You know what I'm saying? Watch your mouth, boy.
Okay. The champ is back.
But sometimes we learn from I'm a father, right? And sometimes my daughter is, she's in grad school right now. I went to visit her over the weekend. I realize now when I talk to her, I'm learning from her, and you might, take things differently than how Jaylen might handle it, right?
He handling it like he's supposed to. He's always handled himself like a man, like a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Very respectful kids I raised, man. Let me tell you something. Very respectful kids, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And how he handled that kind of pressure, I commend him.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm different. I'm getting your face, Stephen A. Yeah, I'm coming to see you.
Marcellus, why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm coming to see you, Stephen A.
What would you
I
say?
called you a couple times, Stephen A., and you didn't answer. But it's okay. I just wanted to talk about it man to man. What's your problems? Why are you attacking him? Why do you attack the black community? Go attack the white community. Oh, that's right. You getting that check to do that. We unplugged about this. We own it.
Well, you know, in all fairness, Stephen A., Perk, they all got a job to do.
They got a job to do. Pick on black guy. Yeah,
you know,
pick on the black
and
guy.
that's how they, whatever that job is, this is how they choose.
Yeah,
to
I
do
ain't
it.
in the league, so come get me.
Okay, yo, Marcellus ain't in the league.
Marcellus, he violent, man. Y'all taking him back. I'm taking him back.
Yo, man.
Snap
The heavyweight champ. The champ is in the building. Give it up for the champ,
I
man.
got feelings about it. I got feelings.
But what I think is fair is, you know, it's true. When somebody in the public eye is under public scrutiny, it doesn't just affect them; it impacts the whole family,
The
right?
whole community, not just the family.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
yeah.
So you saw it there. I'm glad that he's calling out people by name because something needed to be said. Something needed to be said. These people are targeting Jaylen Brown. Do you know how I know? What's the latest one we heard? I think it was from Bobby Marks. That some analytic person out there said that Jaylen Brown, not the seventh best player in the NBA, is the seventh best player on an NBA roster. Analytically. Well, you know, analytics now is looking like it's a medium for a bunch of bloody idiots and morons. Because you had people like the Cavaliers head coach talking about, if you look at the analytics, we're actually winning this series after I think getting swept. This is what analytics is doing to people, is frying their brains now to the point where people don't even watch basketball. And it's clear that analytics is hurting back. If your analytics allow you to come to the conclusion that Jaylen Brown is the seventh best player on the NBA roster, you're a bloody idiot. You are a bloody idiot. There's no two ways to slice that sandwich. You're an idiot. I'm sorry to tell you, the numbers beat you. You went and calculated and concocted some and you convinced yourself, and now you're trying to convince people. If that's what the numbers got you, you're an idiot. You don't need to be. You don't deserve to be talking basketball. I'm sorry, you don't. You're an idiot. This is what happens when you bring dweebs into the picture, and nerds, and cornballs, and squares. This is what happens. But it's no coincidence that these comments are now made of him, all essentially to try to diminish his trade value. You don't think that this thing is a coordinated attack? And Stephen A. Smith is spearheading it. But then we'll be the same one talking about the black power, and I'm here to uplift the black people. Ain't no black person falling for that bull. Who you fooling with that? Who you fooling? Jaylen Brown is just the latest one, bro. We can go all the way back to Kwame Brown. Come on, son. You got a reputation. You got a track record. Who you fooling? You be on TV threatening black athletes every day, and now, because you're petty, you're now making it your vendetta to go after Jaylen Brown. They're talking about something else, about a Giannis going to the Heat. You made the entire segment about Jaylen Brown. You got Kendrick Perkins coming up here talking about the Boston Celtics feel this kind of way about you, and they feel that kind of way about you. Well, his pops is like, I'm not going for none of that. All of that mean mugging, and go run down on him. Run down on him. Run down on him. And I like the fact that he's coming to defend his son. I like that. I like that. Defend your son. I like that. You can't let these people just come out here and say whatever the hell they want to say about this guy. And Jaylen Brown was not like, I'm not like one of my favorite players in the NBA. No, but now I'm noticing you guys are targeting him. It's coordinated. And Stephen A. is at the front of it. Who sent you to do? They're talking about the Giannis trade, and you jump out the window talking about, well, you know who caused this? Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown did this, and you're going on this show. Ain't nobody's coming to that dungeon where you're at. Like, yo, dog, what's up? And it's always him. It's always him. I don't be seeing Stephen A. Smith going at these white athletes. I don't see it. At least be even across the board, man. Come on, like enough is enough with these shenanigans, and nobody in media gonna call this dude out. All of y'all his mans, nobody gonna call this out. This dude is using his platforms to target Jaylen Brown. Target him. And it's all in an effort to drive down this guy's market value. That's all it is. And then when they come on TV, start talking that black. Come on, man. Spare me with all that. Even LeVar Ball that you saw in that video, even LeVar Ball called Stephen A. Smith a snake. He said it. It's not just one person. Even LeVar Ball said it. There's a long list. He even went at LeVar Ball's son, Lonzo Ball. There's a history with this dude. It ain't just one person. It's a history. Going back to Kwame Brown. Go that far back and then just work your way forward. And now Jaylen Brown is the next one. You picked one of the smartest players in the NBA to now target because he has a disagreement with you and you can't seem to let it go. And I'm saying something. Y'all don't want to say nothing? Get the away. I'm going to say something. If this is your friend, if Stephen A. Smith is your man, but you want to come on TV talking that black man, get the away. You're protecting your friend while he tears down these athletes. Get the away. You don't matter either. Ain't nobody covering up for this dude, bro. It's enough. Go run down on his pops. How many players has this guy had issue with? I'm not even a fan of LeBron. Even LeBron ran down on him.